Hi, Scott Orlin with Cinema Magazine. Okay, kids, a new TV series is coming your way. It's called Lovecraft Country. And be prepared. It's like nothing you've ever seen before. And I'm here with the star of the show, Jonathan Majors. Jonathan, what is your own relationship to the occult? I mean, to the supernatural?
Man, what is my relationship to it? Um, I kind of live in it in the day to day, I mean, yeah, I believe in angels. I believe in demons, monsters, witches, warlocks. It's something that I mean, I'm an actor. I always kind of believed in it. Something I would say in drama school is it's all bullshit unless you believe it. And I happen to believe in all of it. Yeah.
What's so cool about this show is it takes real history and then infuses it with this other supernatural element. So as an
Yeah.
audience, we have a sense of familiarity to the story, and
Right.
yet it'll take us somewhere totally different.
Right. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, I think we had a trailer out, the one before last, that ended with the phrase, "What is reality?" And I think that's such a interesting question to pose because we do live in the day to day, and there are moments of heightened reality where you go, I think I saw, or it felt like the earth moved. It felt like that guy was a monster. I mean, like we do move. When we really allow ourselves to, as human beings, allow ourselves to exist, we do move between many different universes, many different realities. Not to get too woo-woo about it, but I think we always have, and as we mature, as we get older, as the world tells us not to do things, we kind of push that away. But our children, our school children, our elders, they see things and feel things on a very, on different levels. And I think in Lovecraft, we allow the audience to move through those things the way we used to, in the way we will down the line. So it's very special.
Watching the show too, I mean, it's fascinating because without giving too much away, we learn about your character's genealogy of kind of where he comes from, and that kind
Right.
of sets us down on a journey. Have you ever sought to look back? I mean, do you have any interesting relatives in your past?
Oh man, I don't even know if I should speak to it, but yeah, I mean, like I come from a line of pastors and ministers, and as I began to work more and more on it, I spoke to my parents and witch doctors. There were witch doctors in my family, and shamans and all these things, and it's like, oh, you gotta, like, of course we do. Like we haven't always been on I mean iPhones, right? Are magic. Someone, was touched by a muse and said, we're going to try it this way. So yeah, my own genealogy, I began to really get interested in that, in those sorts of things.
Watching the show too, and I think it may have been like the fourth episode, so I don't want to get too heavily involved,
Right.
but it becomes almost like a Indiana Jones adventure.
Yeah,
And
good for
I,
you.
I thought, for you as an actor, how cool was it to go through that? Because sadly, for a lot of African American performers, they never get to have those kind of sequences in
That's
movies.
true. I mean, it was such a, I mean, he's such an icon, right? Indiana Jones, and he represents what, like scholastic heroism, and to take that icon and to expand it, to a way where it goes, everybody can get into that, and so in this case, in Lovecraft Country, we take that icon and we add to that genre, an African American, playing that role. So down the line, maybe it could be an Asian American, or an Australian, or a German, or a woman, a transgender. I mean, we completely open it up. But for me personally, I thought, wow, this is why you get into the game. To tell these stories and to step into something that is so iconic, and to really push up against it and add to the to the genealogy of that idea. Yeah.
Watching this show too, I mean, it couldn't come at a more apropos time because while it's dealing with, decades ago and racial turmoil, and especially we're walking through the country at that time through the eyes of these protagonists, we
Yeah.
turn on the news and the exact same thing's happening. How
Yeah.
much of a life lesson is this show?
I think it's revealing. The show is really revealing, that what we're dealing with now, we've always dealt with. Actually, let me rephrase that. What we're experiencing now, we've always experienced. And now the conversation becomes with how do we deal with it, right? Because that's the only reason it's happening again, because we haven't really dealt with it, and the show adds to that thrust, adds to that momentum, and now it's coming from it's not necessarily political, right? We're not seeing it on CNN, we're seeing it on HBO, right? Which is, CNN is a media news titan, HBO is an entertainment mecca, and so now we're surrounding ourselves as as a society, and we're saying now we have to deal with this, and it's fun, it's entertaining, but the challenge is set in front of us, so it's up to us to really decide how much more of this we want to take,
Just a last thing to just say goodbye to you. I just want to say I personally resent you because I go to the gym and I cannot achieve what you have done. So please keep your shirt on because you're intimidating every guy that watches this show. So
Oh, my
just
brother. That's so sweet. Thank you very much. Stick at it.
Jonathan, thank you so much. The show is called Lovecraft Country, and this is Scott Orlin. Till next time.
Hey, thanks, man. Peace.